It seems good. Thoughtseize on 1, some spot removal. Hopefully they're a deck where our lightning bolts are good. Jacob, what do you need? Do you need help? Hallowed Fountain, okay. Bolt's probably not going to be good. That Blood Moon, likely great. Man, remember that time they didn't shock to play Opt on 1? Shepherd Farm remembers. We're doing the streaming bit full-time. Full-time-ish, as much as we can, with the kids. Oh, they probably knew the land was there. I should have checked where they scried, probably. I should have checked where they scried. It was a punt. I don't know about great. Bolt's gonna be playable. Gonna play to the board, but I don't know if I wouldn't use the word great, most likely. Swamp. Let's play a fun game. Who does this screw more? Who does this screw more? What a great magic card. What a great who gets screwed more? I hope they draw basic planes. I feel like we deserve that. We deserve for them to draw basic planes. Bolt upstairs is bold. I see why Bob and Cheese and Andrew, some of the guys I test with on occasion, they added a third basic swamp to this deck. Like, imagine if this had been a swamp. I'd shoot my foot if it means you get shot too. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes, ain't that the truth? Yeah, Blood Moon really embodies everything that's kind of miserable about this format. Who draws? What happens? Do they draw plains first or do I draw swamp first? That I do have Faithless Lootings and stuff like that in my deck that are castable. I definitely have way more castable spells than they do right now. Not that you'd know looking at my hand. You both got shot, but you bleed more. Bleed for me, baby. I'm just gonna discard a card as opposed to playing these bolts, because if they play Snapcaster Mages or hit a plains for their Queller, I need these bolts. Look, Burgle, I love blood mooning people, but to say it generates interesting games of Magic is just a lie. You play basic mountains to play around, to be good against the aggressive decks in the format. Spell Snare, that's so rude, opponent. You're not supposed to be able to cast spells. I do think 3 is probably a touch too many mountains for this deck. Nice black mana, nerd. Thanks for the bits, Iron. Rude. Our bleed wound is getting worse. It's fine. If they don't hit a plains, we're gonna be okay. So, Blood Moon's a little bit more impactful in Modern, both because people have... Do I just cast this? Yeah, fuck it. Shoot you. Discard these 5 uncastable cards. Discard these 5 uncastable cards. Put my 3/4 into play. Oh, what great living. Go. Go. Ooh. Ooh, I found a piece of candy. Hey, iron. Some more bits for the cup. Thank you. Take my money, Jeff. I don't want it. All of the democracy points are belong to you. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. This is my Bedlam Reveler. My Bedlam Reveler is amazing. This is like a treasure cruise that comes with a 3/4. It's so good. Can we talk about my treasure cruise that came with a 3/4? Alright, so Jeskai, don't need Fatal Push. Definitely want these Blood Moons. Probably want Thoughtseize. Probably don't want Lightning Bolt. Don't need Dreadbore. Oh, they have Spell Quellers, right? So I want these bolts. Blah, blah, blah. My democracy points. Anoronyx is the reigning king of democracy points. It's bad treasure cruise because it costs 2 red. Ain't that the truth? We drew almost every black spell in our deck and won anyways. Oh. Alright, I'm gonna run it like this. See how it goes. Oh, there's a forked bolt. Yep, that's gone. Leave the Dreadbore in for a possible Nahiri. Love it. The president of democracy points voted himself into office. Never forget that it should be boarded out in every matchup. You got Blood Moons and Bedlam Revelers. Don't need to cast nothing other than those. Beep, beep, get them. This hand is more than good. It's great. This is probably the best Blood Moon deck just because you get to Inquisition them before you Blood Moon them. I'd definitely probably vote for me. If the art is altered by a 3-year-old. But my blood boots. My blood boots. I get to fetch a second basic swamp here. I get to fetch a second basic swamp. Look at my basic swamps. My basic swamps are amazing, chat. Can everyone just appreciate how great my basic swamps are? You're not wrong, Griffinson. That's why we're going to be done teaching. Explosives? Feels like explosives. Yeah, explosives. Get out of here. Because they get to fetch basic island, basic planes, and they can EE for 3. This deck had apes, it would be amazing. Bring it over here and I'll help you. We need to get you an SD card for your tablet. Point? What kind of point system? Do you have a link? Okay, hold on. Hold on. We're low on storage again, believe it or not. I know. My mom needs to get you an SD card. Discard spell. Discard spell. Nope. Say colonnade. Sounds good, Anoronics. That is the biggest truth ever. Declan's favorite game is installing more games. That's the God's honest truth right there. So we're super dead to this Geist of Saint draft. Look, everything's a big deal when you're 2, okay? When you're 2, everything's a big deal. What it's ilt. So if we bolt plus Kolaghan's command here, we can untap in Bedlam Reveler, which may or may not be enough. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Burgle. They got lucky and drew this Geist of Saint draft. What a lucker. That's fine. We get to be on the play with our Blood Moon deck for game 3. That's way too cute. They have a PN Karen Nalar in their hand. They have a Storm Breath Dragon. Sometimes your opponent just wants things way more than you do, chat. And that's okay. It's okay for them to want it way more than you. Now we're gonna make ourselves discard. So we're taking 8 here down to 5. Yay, iron with the bits. Shango. This just cost me 4. Hoping to draw a bolt here, I guess. Dead. What a madman. There's so many bits, Iron. There's so many bits. I need to fix my bits notification so the background is consistent. Do I want Dreadbore? I don't know if I want Dreadbore or not. Thank you for all the cheers, Iron. The tips are great. I'm just gonna bring in the extra Collective Brutality. Let's just go discard spell into Blood Moon on the play and kill them. Discard spell into Dreadbore. Sounds like Sorcery Speed Sadness. Yeah, I think they're less likely to have Planeswalker in their deck too if they're on Geist and stuff like Stormbreath Dragon. It's probably fine, right? A bunch of looks at a Blood Moon with this Faithless Looting. This is a streamer equivalent to throwing $1 bills at a stripper. Does that mean I should dance? I don't know if I own tassels. Maybe I should check my wife's drawer. I think on the stream said you could also throw pennies. Ooh, we found a piece of candy, chat. Found a piece of candy. This is so rude. Opponent just has all these basic lands. That's so rude, opponent. How am I supposed to just like win this game without you getting to do anything when you fetch basic lands? Thanks for the penny red shoes. I appreciate that. I actually haven't wrapped M&M. I owe the stream an M&M wrap at some point here, don't I? Rats. I like how they just didn't play the Colonnade out, like knowing that like they were gonna get blood mooned. It's a good draw. I think I Thoughtseize No, I'm gonna go Pyromancer and then cast Thoughtseize because I want to take the Snapcaster Mage anyways. So, like, this is gonna die regardless, so I might as well make a token off of it. Actually, I probably want to take the Storm Breath Dragon, right? Yeah, I probably want to take the Storm Breath Dragon. Yeah, certainly want to take the Storm Breath Dragon.
I see more choo-choo, more choo-choo.
You gotta wait for it to load, dude. Oh yeah, look. There you go. Great job.
I'm more choo-choo. I'm more choo-choo. More choo-choo. I'm more choo-choo.
All right, so I think I just want to flash back this Faithless Looting here. We're looking for ways to not die to these Snapcasters. Jeff makes it enjoyable to throw money at him. Take my bits. Thanks, bud. We demand a choo-choo stream. All right, I'm gonna hold this. No, I'm not gonna hold this. Let's just play that in case we had a Bedlam Reveler next turn. I guess if I draw Faithless Looting, holding the mountain makes sense. I could like then like Pyromancer into looting and then do that. So there's probably gonna be a snap helix on the elemental. You're okay. You're okay. Play. It's all gonna be okay, I promise, tiny child. So they have Snapcaster, Moorland Haunt. I didn't play the Pyromancer because I know they have Snapcasters in their hand and I wanted to get a token out of it. I'm just gonna drain them here. I'm pretty sure that they likely don't have a thing to take anyways, so I'm just gonna play this and make a token. Start attacking for one. Waiting to draw like a Bedlam Reveler here. I'm surprised they haven't dropped a Snap in yet. Okay, so Snap Helix on the Pyromancer. Yeah, good job. See, you can follow the directions. You're good at playing games, tiny nerd. You're good job.
A cut.
Cut the rock, yep. I think I just started attacking with both of these. Seems fine. Oh, I wonder if they have a Spell Queller. They have a Spell Queller. This bolt's pretty bad. Yeah, right, Burgle? They have a Spell Queller and just wanted to ambush me. Again, we're just 18 cards into our deck without a Bedlam Reveler. It's the only card we want to draw right now. Geist is pretty bad for us as well. Okay, and yeah, again, I probably should have held onto a land so when I drew a Faithless Looting it would be alive. Dude.
I cut.
You know how, watch, drag your finger down. There you go. There you go, yep, good job. Yep, right, Burgle? These people are far greedier than you. Looking for a Bedlam Reveler. Looking for a Bedlam Reveler. Looking for a Bedlam Reveler. This deck gets to see more cards than is reasonable for a Mardu deck. Faithless Looting is so good when you have a bunch of cards you don't care about anymore. Next turn we get to go... They draw Electrolyze. Okay, that's fine. Next turn we get to go Inquisition into Lingering Souls. They have a Snapcaster Mage that we still know about, so it's nice to clear that out before we play the Lingering Souls. I'm gonna hold that land because of Faithless Looting. They have a negate. Okay, so I don't really want to flashback Lingering Souls because my opponent has a Snapcaster Mage in their hand that I'm aware of, and they have Electrolytes in their discard pile. So I kind of want to disincentivize them from playing Snapcaster Mage and putting a clock on the table. Because if we just sit here and play Drago, eventually I'm going to draw a Bedlam Reveler and bury them. Calm down, Declan. The water's empty. If you bang your tablet, you're gonna lose it. Okay, yep, that's an EE. Why doesn't it play a basic plains? Because greed. Oh, it sounds like Mom's home early, boys. We're gonna have a peaceful end to the stream.
Mommy home.
Mommy sounds like Mommy's home.
Mommy home.
Alright, so they have a Snapcaster Mage and then cards I don't know.
I see Mommy. I see Mommy.
Mommy's pulling into the garage right now. I just heard her open it. What you got, opponent?
Dad, Mommy, open the door. Mommy, open the door. Mommy, gonna open the garage. The beepy garage. The beepy. Somebody open the garage. The beepy. Open the garage.
Okay, so just let them Snap Snare here. Snap Snare is pretty okay for us because we get to like play this Lingering Souls and flash it back now. No, they're gonna blow up the Blood Moon, which means I get to fetch a basic, which means I get to fetch a white source. They have Cryptic Command. Okay, I guess that makes sense too. If I didn't have the fetch for the white source, I'd have discarded there. But because I had the fetch for the white source and they had the Blood Moon out, I was just gonna go ahead and do this. This way I get both halves of the souls. We need souls, man! We need souls! Alright, so what are we doing here? I don't really want to attack into the Celestial Colonnade. I don't have any good creatures in my graveyard, which sucks. I guess I'm going to start by flashing this back and then passing.
Let me set it down, please. Thank you.
Random crap from the car.
No, that's whatever.
Oh, right.
In the mailbox. These are your pants that you're looking at.
Hey!
I think I'm just passing the turn here, but if they snap Electrolyze, they could potentially not have Cryptic up, and then I can K-Command, return a thing, make them discard. It's kind of unfortunate that we're 29 cards into my deck without drawing a Bedlam Reveler right now, otherwise we probably would have buried them.
Did you hear Jake?
What?
Look at him, how excited he is.
Have a brownie?
Huh?
Have a brownie?
Do you see him jumping for joy?
Yeah, brownies are great. Look at what my wife brought me. If I wasn't fat before. Do you want some?
Ah, he said. How would I go get you guys a fork?
Hey, you want to take them upstairs with us?
Sure. Come on, let's go upstairs. Do you want to go upstairs and have a brownie? They're so excited.
That's the best part about being married. You get to be fat. I have bourbon, which is basically brownies for adults. Yep. Easy jump block here. Just trying to survive till we can chain some Bedlam Revelers. I mean, please just be activating this Moorland Haunt. Is this gonna resolve? Huh. Do I want... Yeah, I'm at 16. I'm just gonna pass here. I think I want the Elemental token off flashing back this Lingering Souls. So I want to wait till I can flash it back while I have Young Pyromancer in play.
Mommy, get my on.
His on's almost dead.
Annoying.
He is annoying. He's adorable,
Mommy,
though.
get my on. Like, not... Please, Mommy. Mommy, go get it.
He did that to me earlier. I made him say please before I went and got it. God, where are the... Okay, so I'm going to start with Thoughtseize here, which means I don't get a token, but hopefully it means my Pyromancer resolves and sticks. That's not a good sign. Okay, that's a great sign. They've got 2 bricks. God, and we still haven't drawn a Bedlam Reveler. This deck grinds so ridiculously well. It's unreal. It's unreal how well this deck grinds. We've got 4 draw 3s in our bottom 29. Come on. Bottoms up, chat. Let's get them. How many Faithless Lootings have we been through? Just 2? We're holding that land because of Faithless Looting. I'm not going to get aggressive here with these spirits because I want to just preserve my health total until I can bury them with... How many lands have we drawn? We've discarded a bunch of them, right? I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more lands in my graveyard. That's fine. If we Bedlam into a second Bedlam, we'll just have plenty of gas. I don't know if that's strictly true, Burgle, because if they find a way to bounce the Blood Moon like this, I need these spirits to chump Celestial Colonnades because I'm at 8. So, oh, we're dead, aren't we? No, they don't have any creatures in there. Oh, we're dead. They're gonna get to activate double Colonnade here. This is sharp. Well played on the opponent's part. I thought we were going to get out of it without having Bedlams in the top half of our deck, but believe they have double Colonnade activation here. Yep. Yep. Them's the beats sometimes. Them's the beats sometimes. I think I'm happy with a lot of the lines we took there. It's tough to say, right? Because, like, in a long game like that, there's, like, almost certainty that I didn't play perfectly. Wow. The first Bedlam Reveler is... The first Bedlam Reveler is 50 or 44 cards into our deck. 43 cards into our deck. There's no way to tell Magic Online not to stack things. Thanks everyone for hanging out here tonight. I do appreciate it. Playing some Magic the Gathering with some Mardu pile here. Lost the first one there in a close set to Jeskai. Let's see what the second match holds for us here. Deck confirmed unplayable. You're not wrong, Burgle. We have to go fetch basic swamp, cast Inquisition here. Opponent F6 their turn, or they're playing a Goryo's deck and they want to discard their Gristlebrand and they're gonna be really sad when we Inquisition them. Nope, just F6 their first turn. Okay. Take the Spell Pierce. We're only supposed to lose to the Tron deck. Your Aether Vial, sure. I think I'm pretty obligated to take them off of Spreading Seas here. And then probably their 3-mana Lord. If that doesn't get Fatal Pushed. Man, Magic's fun when they just start down their best 3 cards. Why would we lead on Fetch instead of Cliffs? Potentially gives away less information. I don't know, it ultimately really doesn't matter. I think I'm supposed to Fatal Push this since I don't have Fetch lands. Fatal Push isn't stellar. We need Thoughtseize because it's less stupid than the other stupid things. That's the answer. It's the answer you'll get. We don't know any of the cards they have left. I think I'm just gonna bolt this. It means if I draw... Bolting this means if I draw a... Means if I draw a red source, I can play Bedlam Reveler next turn.
I think the internet has had enough of your ugly face.
Had enough of my ugly face. You want mommy? I did not. Okay.
It's really good, but also really sad.
You don't want Cabal Therapy in Modern with Dredge. Dredge would be like unbeatable in Modern with Cabal Therapy.
Declan! Quit it!
Things are going well. This deck is great. Well built. I can see why it's powerful. Here's hoping we hit a red source and just get to bin all these lingering souls. That would be great. Well, I mean, we had worse draws than that to set the bar exceedingly low.
Declan, calm down!
Wow, no attacks to the Mutavault. I think I'm just bolting this just to use my mana, stunt the damage. Hello, Jacob. How's your hand, Messy? Got Brownie on her hand. Yeah, I've got a paper towel. I'm gonna get a wet wipe here in a second. I will decline to pay. You get a wipe for his hand. I wiped it with a paper towel, but I could probably use a wet wipe.
Jacob, come here. Let's wash your hands, please.
God bless us, everyone. I'm pretty sure we're just casting the Bedlam Reveler here. Pretty sure we're just casting the Bedlam Reveler. This is only 2, right? Yep.
Grab your other hand too, please.
Oh, Burglar, you're saying I shouldn't have fetched Swamp earlier? because there's only one Blood Moon in my deck. That's fair. But what I wanted to fetch Shock, I think playing around not drawing a land for that many turns is wrong. I'm pretty sure fetching the Swamp is right. We saw a lot of cards. Choke is the reason to play cards like Palace in the Clouds. Yeah, but like I'm saying, with the information I had, Burgle, I would have fetched a basic Swamp on turn 2 still. Given the information I had, I would have ended up in the same place. Did they just Harbinger of the Tides my Reveler? Did they just Harbinger of the Tides my Reveler? What is even happening, chat? I don't understand. Resolves. Maybe they think they're gonna kill me before it matters? Maybe? No, it's Harbinger here. Definitely Harbinger. I don't know how I'm supposed to feel. I pronounce Harbinger as Dave, because why not? Glory, the words are pronounced however Glorious Leader thinks they should be pronounced. The ranking system on the MTGO challenge works. I don't know what you're asking. I don't know what ranking system you're talking about. They're just Swiss tournaments. Unless you're asking how do Swiss tournaments work? A creature is spelled troop. I'd really like to draw an untapped land so we can like flashback souls and do other stuff. Nice, Inquisitioning them here. Nah, I'm gonna leave Bolt up. We lost to Mardu Pyromancer in the last match. So we went 2-2. Jacob, can you go upstairs, please? Mommy wants you. Jacob, can you go upstairs? Mom wants to see you. Thank you. Go upstairs, please. Mom wants to see you. No, we went 3-2. Another Bedlam Reveler. I mean... Alright, Inquisition you. Depending on what they have here, I might just jam this Bedlam Reveler. Is jamming this Bedlam Reveler insane here? Might be. Yeah, I'm just gonna pass for now. No, we're just playing Modern tonight. Probably finish this league and then do maybe one more. It depends on how long this takes. We're only in match 2, so this will probably be the last one. Depends on who else is streaming. If no one else is streaming, I'll probably stay on for one more after this. Yeah, I think that's fair. I think we do the plethora of removal spells as kind of dice. We get to like terminate something here and then untap and like K command kill something plus. This does kind of suck if they decide to get frisky with the Mutavault here. I guess I'm into trading 3 spirits for it. I might actually lose this game depending on how they draw here. If they draw a Lord, we're going to be in trouble. Just haven't been able to develop our mana this game. Their bounce the Bedlam Reveler play that we were excited about ended up working out pretty well for them. If they had another Spreading Siege, we're also in trouble. Need to draw a Blood Moon just so we can turn our Blood Crypt back into a mountain. Swamp, okay, that doesn't actually let us do anything else, right? The nice thing about this here... Oh, that's not what I want. I want to destroy that, shock this. This means there's no tricks, so everything's on the board.
Yes, Declan. You want to play a game? Oh, no, a board game. Board game? Board game, yeah! Now he's running all the room. Board game, board game, board game.
The rank is the standing, so if you were 20th going into the round and you won your last round, there's no way you're going to win into top 8. That means you have bad tiebreakers. Magic Online does not pair the last round based on standing, so getting paired up will help your tiebreakers a small amount, but probably not enough to pull you up from being a bad 5-2 tiebreaker. Peace, Rainers. Yep, as always, everything else will go up on YouTube after the fact. We're still actually not in that great of a spot if they hit, Okay, interesting. That's something. If we hit a red source now, I think I'm playing the Bedlam Reveler. We were dead to an Island Walk Lord? Yeah, that's true. So that's a tapped red source. We got that going for us. Having the Vial gone kind of lets us breathe a little bit easier because we know that if they're going to have tricks, we're going to be able to get them. The discard mode on Kolaghan's command doesn't really do much right now. Yep, there's a Lord. Well, I mean, the pairings make sense in that they're all random every round. They're just not seeded based using the greedy algorithm like we do in paper. So if they attack with everything here, I get to bolt the master, and then yeah, they're not attacking with the master, which is a little bad for me. I think I'm supposed to triple here. I'm supposed to triple here. Keep my health total at 3 instead of 2. Now this is a little scary because it means that if this dies, I'm not going to have a good way to deal with this. Yeah, Spell Pierce is the reason not to K command there. Because, like, I'm probably discarding whatever I have next turn anyways, Burgle. So this does mean if they have a way to kill my Bedlam Reveler, I'm gonna die here, but it is what it is. Or if they have a way to kill my spirit, I'm gonna die here. We're also dead to any Island Walk Lord at this point. I think I'm supposed to hold this Dreadbore. Now, the Dreadbore is never going to tag a Lord, so, like, if this was a Terminate, I'd hold it, but because it's a Dreadbore, I'm just going to go ahead and cast it and kill their thing. It was actually kind of a bad recall, where we wanted a way to kill a Lord in there. It seems like the tempo my opponent bought by bouncing the Reveler early is gonna end up catching up to us this game. I guess that's a reason to hold the Dreadbore. It's a reason to hold the Dreadbore. Just like dead to so much of their deck. Just sitting over here like this. Please don't kill me. Another Master of Waves. The old 5-mana Silvergill Adept. Yes, I'm aware, Burgle, but again, I think the decision I made with the information I had at the time was correct. I wanted to play a double discard spell on 2, and I wasn't going to fetch shock against the aggro deck. I agree that that's been the constraint from this game, it was compounded by the Spreading Seas that was drawn, but like we got genuinely unlucky in not drawing more lands early this game. Like shit happens. This is really good against us because now my Spirit Token has to chump block. This has protection from red. Oh, my opponent's doesn't. Oh, sure. Yep. I mean, we're probably dead because any merfolk kills us, but like, opponent should have attacked us with the Master there. I mean, it's different than red-green lands, right? Like, it's a Derpy Chalice deck. Hey, they have 2 islands in their hand, right? I think they have 2 islands in their hand. Hopefully they just continue passing. With like a Faithless Looting, we could punish them. Oh, did they figure it out? Nope, didn't figure it out. God bless. Faithless Looting, Bedlam Reveler. Faithless Looting, Bedlam Reveler. Card I can't cast. All right, well, I guess I'm fetching out a white source. If they draw another brick, we could be okay here. Thank you for not ghosting, opponent. You'd have heard me talk about how you could have killed me. Hey, more bits from Iron. Thanks, bud. A little bit bombs into the cup. Thank you. Oh, did we figure it out? Did we figure out you have lethal? Rats! Rats! I mean, like, attacking with this twice isn't new to the deck. It's just understanding how combat math works. Hey, we shall rise with the 3-month resubscription. Thank you very much and welcome back. I do appreciate the continued support. Welcome, welcome, welcome. But it's also down 6 minutes on clock. This is what hell is made of. I mean, like, there was a turn where I guess I was holding a land. I guess you could call it conservative, but like... I don't understand. Now what are we playing around? Now just what are we playing around this time, chat? What are we, could someone find an excuse this time? Anyone? Bueller? Anyone? Bueller? I mean, now we have a lightning bolt. Now I have a lightning bolt. Triggers. I mean, I'll take it, I guess. I take it, I'll guess. Go. Holding this land in case we draw a Faithless Looting. Holding the bolt for an Island Walk Lord. This is a competitive league. This is amazing next level BM. It's like got me on lock. Should we attack with the Reveler because they don't know how protection... asking the real questions. Asking the real questions. Come on. Come at me. Come on. Faithless Looting. Faithless Looting. Collective Brutality. That's actually a fantastic draw. Holy crap. Escalate. Kill and drain. So kill you. Oh, no, wait. I should just kill this, right? No, I have these. Who do we kill? We kill the Lord? Yeah, I'm just going to kill the Lord. Am I? Do we kill the Lord or do we kill the Master? Kill the Lord or kill the Master? I kind of want to kill the Master. Killing the Master is probably the conservative play, right? Because then I can start attacking them with Bedlam Reveler. I think we're supposed to kill the Master because then I can start pushing damage. Then I can start attacking with these souls. Like hopefully kill them in 4. I don't top deck die to a top deck Island Walk Lord. I get to bolt the Island Walk Lord. Oh, I guess this is bad for me against Island Walk Lord because I get to tap this. I'm gonna have to make some medium blocks here. But I guess they could also worry about dying on the backswing. So I get to bolt this. Maybe I should have left back 2 spirits. This isn't too terrible for us, I guess. I get to trade. Oh, I actually have to eat their whole board, right? I get to go trade. Jacob, what do you need help with, buddy? What do you need help with? Your tablet? Your tablet's upstairs. You brought it upstairs when you went to see mom. Are we gonna win this game? What the fuck is happening? I don't understand, but I'll take it. I don't understand, but I'll take it. Attack you for 7. Go. Upstairs. Go get it. In the words of Reed Duke, make them kill you. In the words of Reed Duke, make them kill you. Just concede for the opponent. I walked out of the room expecting this to be over. Alright, I mean, like, there's no way they can win 2 games with the time they have left, right? Their clock is just way too low. So Explosives is great. Collective Brutality is, like, not great, but it's, like, playable. Blood Moon is not good. Thoughtseize is not good. Clicks a bit. I guess Wear Tear is probably fine. That was the game. That was the game they auto-passed their first turn, wasn't it? It was so long ago. Like, that was a half hour ago. Seems good, right? Relic's pretty good against us. Glad I have this engineered explosives. Take your 2-drop pass. What if your opponent is a Twitch plays MTGO stream? Yeah, Kambal is great. Nice storm deck. Getcha. They let us know what they drew for the turn. So I want to play this Pyromancer. Yeah, I think I do. I think I'm just gonna like power through this Relic of Progenitus. Would Monastery Mentor be good in this deck? Maybe. It's a card I'd be interested in trying. I'd want to get some more reps in without it first, just to see how it feels. Man, remember when Burgle was shit-talking this Fork Bolt? Which Farm remembers. Do I want to play this EE out for one? Is that unreasonable? I'm gonna play this EE out for one. Might be too cute. Kind of want to just get rid of this so I can like work up to my Bedlam Revelers and stuff. You think I should EE for 2 while I have a Pyromancer in play? I think that seems loose. I think I want to just like crack this Engineered Explosives to get rid of their Relic plus terminate their play next turn. Should play the Blood Crypt because of Spreading Seas. That is correct. That's a good line. Should play the Blood Crypt because of Spreading Seas. 10 out of 10 agree. I'm done playing Hex until they fix Standard or give me a way to play Immortal. I'm not enjoying their Standard format, so I'm not playing it. Play games to have fun, so if I stop having fun, I stop playing them. We get a land, we get to double linger, which is nice. Reveler, don't cut the Revelers. Reveler's like kind of insane. What a punishing tilt. They nerfed Terraza, which got rid of the only competitive aggro deck in the format, which made it pretty rancid to play. It's the next Paper Magic event I plan to go to. I think I'm going to go to Indianapolis next month. There's an open there. What would I play? I would not play. 10 out of 10. No ban list Modern sounds fucking terrible. Sounds really miserable. I want Modern to be more interactive, not more degenerate. I think Modern's too degenerate currently for my tastes and desires. Making it worse sounds like something I'd want no part of. Ugh. Remember that time Bob said I should play this Engineered Explosives on 2? Pepperidge Farm remembers. All right, so I'm gonna attack them with all of these. And then if they block, I can shock their lord, make myself discard the Lingering Souls. I think if it was good, people would be playing it and putting up results with it. Hey, what's going on, Tannen? Yeah, long time no see, bud. It's been a while. My goal is to try and make it out to one open a month. That's gonna be my goal. All right, so now I just like shock them, make myself discard, and then we can attack them for lethal pretty quickly if they brick off. Player discards a card, and shock you. If I discard during draw phase, Burgle, I'm gonna lose my Lingering Souls to Relic of Progenitus. Yeah, I'm planning to get out to Cincinnati and Indy and probably Milwaukee. Those are all pretty close to me. And like, if I don't die next turn, we have a pretty good board state here. Congrats and condolences on this weekend, by the way. Second place is great. Been there, done that. We literally played it this morning. You can find it on my YouTube channel. To answer your question, yes, it is as terrible as it looks on paper. I'm good at losing in the quarterfinals of everything. Let's see how lucky we are / unlucky they are. So right now I'm attacking for 4, so Kolaghan's commands and bolts are both lethal here. Attack with these two. Payday tomorrow, thinking about serving up an unfair donation list. Perhaps Modern People's Canon? Yeah, I'd play that again. Thanks for the 3-month resub. MG Norman, I do appreciate that, as always. Subs are the best way you could show support for my content here. Yeah, EN 2 would have won this game by a lot. Instead, we're kind of flailing around here. I mean, the good news is they can't really attack us, right? I guess if they hit a Lord... They need like 2 creatures here. This is only an attack for 13. Oh, I guess, do I have lethal on board? I'm attacking for exactly lethal right now, right? They block 4 of my creatures and I deal 4 to them. Yeah, that seems sweet. Alright, attack with all. I do not deserve to win this game, but it looks like we might. Not deserve to win this game, but it looks like we might. I get to block 3 of my tokens and my Pyromancer, and they take exactly lethal. Alright. Alright. Tried to lose, deck wouldn't let us, so we're 1-1 now. Thanks everyone for hanging out here tonight. Welcome. My name is Jeff Hoagland. If you're enjoying what you see, please make sure you hit that follow button. It doesn't cost you anything, helps if people find my stuff. If you're really enjoying what you see, please consider subscribing on Twitch like MG Norman just did. That's the absolute best way you could support my content here. It allows me to spend more time doing this and less time doing other things. After this semester at school, we're going to be doing this more full-time. If you could also support my content by supporting my sponsors, mtgotraders.com. I'd love to buy and sell Magic Online cards with you. And if you use code Hoagland PayPal at checkout, then you'll save 8% on your singles orders there. CoolStuffInc.com buys and sells a lot of cool stuff, including TCG singles. Using promo code Jeff5, you can save 5% on Magic, Pokemon, and Yu-Gi-Oh cards with them. InkedGaming.com would love to help you customize your gaming experience. Using promo code Jeff12, you could save 12% on custom playmats, mouse pads, binders, bags. They really do it all. And finally, sparedeck.com. They offer kind of a unique service. They will rent you any physical, standard, or modern deck, and you can rent a deck for a weekend or up to an entire month, saving 7% with code Hoagland7 with them. And finally, this stream is brought to you by viewers like you. This is a donation deck list, so someone sent me some dollar roonies and a deck list that they wanted to see me play, and it goes into the queue, and eventually we play through all of them in there. Hanging out, playing some Magic. If you want to learn more about how donation deck lists work, go to bit.ly/HoogleSellout in your browser. Double Swamp Hand, you say. Bob, would you keep this? I feel like this is the low end of keepable. I'd be enjoying this a lot more if we could watch the choo-choo game. You should all question your life decisions. You could be playing the choo-choo game yourself right now. Pretty sure it's in the Android App Store. I feel like I can keep this, but it's not amazing. On the play, it's probably fine. The fact that there's not double red makes it feel extra bad. I'm gonna keep. I'm gonna accept that this could be a mulligan. Going to accept that this could be a mulligan, but I'm gonna try and run it here. Hard to pass up Thoughtseize on one. I answered you earlier. I think if Angel Cord was good, people would be playing it and be putting up results. Blue, green. Heart the Water Veil. All right. Sure. Welcome to Magic Online. Ah, the competitive leagues that we play. The competitive leagues that we play, chat. I think we're just like aggro firing off all of these Kolaghan's commands. I think we're just gonna go like shock you, make you discard here. Explore is basically Time Walk. You're not wrong. So they have Remand, part Misty Rainforest. It's kind of curious that they didn't play Misty last turn. I just want to fill my graveyard up so I can play this Bedlam Reveler ideally. Fog. Literally Turbo Fog. Okay. I think I just want to pass the turn here because I don't want to give them a chance to remand this Pyromancer. So they have Remand, Part the Water Veil, and then one card I don't know still. Again, we're currently 1-1 in this league. Play this out here. Do I stream tomorrow? Yep. Every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Maddie. Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday in the afternoons, and then whatever mornings it can feel like getting in here. I'm gonna cast this Faithless Looting, right? Okay, that's pretty good. Don't need Fatal Push, don't need second Bedlam Reveler. Cast Inquisition. Command, Part the Water Veil, alright. I did give you a sword. I give swords to people I know, so that way when they talk, I remember that they're really who their username says they are. Let's start by attacking here. Oh, you know what? I probably shouldn't have played that land. I should have flashed back this Faithless Looting to start and see what I hit. Should have started here. All right, didn't matter. You still talking shit about this Forkbolt, Burgle? Yeah, I'm not really sure, like, what was going through the person's head when they started playing Forkbolt. I'm pretty sure it's just, like, the pet card of whoever, like, originally started playing this deck, and then, like, everyone just, like, copied them verbatim. We need to get fogged here. They take this hit that's so good for us. Yeah, buddy. All right, hopefully they try and cast a Time Walk next turn. We just kill them in response. Domo moregato, Mr. Roboto. Nice card. Nice card. Oh, they fetched too. That's funny. This is a BMK command. I didn't notice they went to 3. Sorry, opponent. I didn't mean to BM you. Still had all these. The accidental BM. Alright, so Dreadbore and Terminate are bad here. Blood Moon doesn't seem great. Collective Brutality and Thoughtseize are excellent. I think this is a Kambal matchup. Get some chicken noodle soup in here. Do I want these fatal pushes? Lingering Souls is probably a little slow. Kolaghan's command likely doesn't do a whole lot. I think I like the fatal pushes just to like stop their win condition, but just like killing them before they get there is probably reasonable as well. Oh, the wear tear is good, right? Because they have the stupid Howling Mine effects usually. All right, let's do this. Let's do this. Leaving Forked Bolt in, 100% chance we lose this game. Sounds great. It needs another land, but it's got Brainstorm in it, so it's fine. Hey, Tannen, have you played with Joliset's version of the 4-color control deck at all? He has a few things a little bit different that seem reasonable. I might poke at it a little bit. If each player's draw a step, they draw an additional card. I actually just want to take their Explore here, right? Because if they have Rite of Flourishing, I get to draw an extra card with it first, and then I get to wear tear it. So that seems reasonable for me. Not super interested in this Kolaghan's command. Also don't really need this Lingering Souls. I think I'm just going to try and set up an extra land for next turn, too, off the Rite of Flourishing. We don't really need these Lightning Bolts. They're just kind of air right now. Don't need this K command because it's expensive. Discard this. Pass the turn. Alright. I'm gonna time you out. Next time you gotta use your words. You're not allowed to just say, I think X. You gotta say, I think X because, and then give your reasons behind it. I think Joe Lissette's version feels better because the unearths are kind of powerful and unique. That's why I like it. He's also tried things like Mirren, which seems really powerful as well. Your Thoughtseize as well. God bless. All right, let's just like spot check for something weird here. Take this Time Warp out of their hand. Man, nice combo deck, opponent. It's a shame if your Rite of Flourishing were to wear out. Get to play Kambal next turn. Get some chicken noodle soup. Brady. Sweet. Why is Kambal dubbed as chicken noodle soup? Because Campbell's makes chicken noodle soup. Come on now. Trigger. Mmm. Hate to draw extra cards. That's so nice of you, opponent. Are you dead? Man, you're probably dead, huh? If I triple bolt them, they go to 3? I'm totally just supposed to trip bolts them here, right? I only get to cast 2 spells that way then. Boop. 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 Just boop them right on the nose. Just boop. The Soup King kills a combo's opponents. All right, well, we're 2-1 now. That's not bad. It's a good rally back. And the match we lost to Jeskai was really close, right? Like the third game we lost, we didn't have a Bedlam Reveler in our top 32 cards, and we were still pretty close. Should have floated triple red and stacked them on top of each other. There is literally chat rules when you sign in. I love how that person's like, there should be chat rules. They like clicked past the chat rules apparently. Why don't you warn people? We do. We do. Basic Mountain Spirit Guide. Chalice of the Void? God, this deck has 4 Kolaghan's commands in it. It's so good. Gonna fetch a basic swamp here too, just in case. Are we doing another one after this league? I don't think so. I think this is gonna be our last league of the evening. Four o'clock sounds good, Maddie. Do we need a no lifeguard on duty side? This deck's very reasonable. If you're okay losing to Tron, this deck's not bad. This is another one of those just like Jund style decks that you're gonna get dumpstered by Tron. It's just how it. Oh no, Pyretic Ritual. All right. Well, hopefully they kill Pyromancer, and then we just go Shattershock here. Oh god, this card casting at a Magic Online. Destroy an artifact, deal 2 to you. So like, they spent 2 cards to do this. Yes, I would like to redirect. Go. Honestly, nah, we should save the Dreadbore. Man, the misers Dreadbore chat. Here's hoping their last card is Inquisitionable. Oh man. You got, friendo? What you got? Another Chandra. Well, that's annoying. Huh. Since they have a Chandra anyways, I'm just gonna go ahead and return this, make them discard a card, and then next turn we can go Pyromancer, Dreadbore, or Chandra in play. This gives them mana, potentially lets them draw 1 card with this Chandra, but I think we're fine with that. I think we're fine with that. Nice Chandra. Yeah, it's a good draw. It's a good draw. And Staring Bridge would be kind of scary. Am I flashing this back? How much does it change the clock by to flash this back? So I'm hitting them to 17, and I have 6 power in play. Whereas if I hit them, yeah, I should flash it back because it puts them on a 2-turn clock. They showed us Slagstorm, so that's a little scary, but I think I like... Do you think it's worth playing around another Slagstorm? I kind of just like not giving them an extra draw step, right? Like it's a 2-turn clock versus a 3-turn clock. I guess I could wait a turn. If I hit them for... I could hit them for 6. And then I could wait 1 turn on it and still have a 2-turn clock because of the lightning bolt. I could like hit them for 6 next turn and put them to 11 and then flash it back. Yeah, it's a 2-turn clock with bolt. So I think I'm just going to pass here. This way, if they have it right away, we don't get punished. This bolt's probably not doing a lot else other than going upstairs. Yeah, and Kira Nalar, sure. God, this card is unreal. This card is just so unreal. How is this a real Magic card? How is this a real fucking Magic card? This deck is so great. This is the best deck we've played in a long time on this stream. It's not particularly close. Yeah, this deck is better than the Ascendancy deck. It's not particularly close either. This deck is very, very good. The Ascendancy deck is hilarious, and I'm probably still going to play it, but like, this deck is very good. This deck plays 4K command, right? Smells like 4? Yeah, it smells like 4. Alright, so Blood Moon out. I think I just want like my extra Thoughtseize in, right? These Fatal Pushes probably don't do much. Bring in the Wear Tear for the Chalice. Bring in a random Collective Brutality. No, this deck is very bad against Tron. As someone who's played a lot of Tron and watched my teammates play this deck against Tron, Tron is a very bad matchup for this deck. So this deck has a lot of disruption, but it does not have a very fast clock. And Tron just gets to Oblivion Stone and Wormcoil you out of the game. That's the TLDR on why Tron is hard. They get to Wormcoil you out of the game. But Jeff, we have 4 Blood Moon. Yeah, Blood Moon needs to be backed by a really fast clock. Tron just gets to make all of its land drops and cast its spells under Blood Moon. I'm expecting my opponent to leave Blood Moon in against us because that's just what people playing mono red do. So I'm going to fetch basic Swamp here with this. The old turn 1 gemstone on the play. God, I'm just the fucking smartest, thinnest Magic the Gathering player there ever was. Because that's what people do. Ain't that the truth? I'm gonna do this because that's what people playing this kind of deck do. Oh, I'm so funny when I'm right. Alright, Ensnaring Bridge down. Maybe I'm just supposed to take the Eidolon there. I don't know, I get to bolt it at end step here. I mean, if you're playing a mono red deck in Modern, you should have Blood Moons in your deck or it's not built optimally. That's just the truth. If you're playing a mono red deck in Modern, there should be Blood Moons in your deck. I'm sorry if you feel differently, but that's the truth. God, I can't wait for them to play a Rabblemaster and then kill it and make them discard a Rabblemaster. Why didn't they make a thing? Oh, wait. Return a creature, deal 2? No, I'm gonna deal 2, make them discard. Let's get all the cards out of their hand. No, we don't care about this Blood Moon. Why do I give a shit about this Blood Moon? Why do I care about this card? Am I supposed to make them discard, or am I supposed to get my Pyromancer? I think I just want my Pyromancer back. Actually, I'm gonna return this, make them discard, and then we'll pull Pyromancer, bolt this. Yeah, that seems better. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards in our discard pile here. Ooh, Pyromancer. Yeah, I was going to just Thoughtseize Bedlam Reveler, but since we drew a Pyromancer, we'll Pyromancer Thoughtseize. Show me your 4 mana Planeswalker. 4 mana Hazoret, also a reasonable take. Couldn't you possibly have played more 2-for-1s? Asking the important questions. Ooh, Faithless Looting. Nope, I just want to play my 2 mana draw 3, I think. These cards really matter. Alright, I'm just going to start attacking. There's a bunch of sweepers in their deck, so I think I'm fine trading a Pyromancer for this token. Okay. Okay. Faithless Looting, triggers. Flashback, Lingering Souls, triggers. I'm willing to lose one of these to push 2 damage. Yeah, I think I am. On the aggression here, so next turn we get to like Dreadbore Pia. Wow, this is good for us. Down to 9. They dead this turn. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yep, they're dead if they don't have something. And you're dead. For the rub-ins. Getting to play Bolts and Brutality is a lot of reach in this deck too. Do we want Teamer Battle Rage for this Bedlam Reveler? Asking the hard-hitting questions. Do we want Teamer Battle Rage for this Bedlam Reveler? Thanks everyone for hanging out here tonight. I really appreciate that. We lost a close set 1-2 to Jeskai Control, but we are 2-0-3-0. 6-0-3-0 in the matches past that. Yeah, the decklist add-on is aces. The Twitch extensions are pretty great. This hand is very good. Turn 1 discard, turn 2 Pyromancer. Let's go. Opponent's mulligan to 5. I always think the same thing when my opponent's mulligan to 4. Mulligan to 3, mulligan to 3, mulligan to 3, mulligan to 3. Watch them be playing Greentron and just destroy us. These are my first matches I've played with this deck. Oh, they're playing a Blood Moon deck. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and fetch a basic Swamp here because they chose green. Could still be a Blood Moon deck. It doesn't hurt to fetch basic Swamp just in case. What are your 2 cards, buddy? Eric, pretty good. Pretty good 4. Pretty good 4. So Kessig Wolf Run likely means our opponent is playing Devotion and not Panza. It's a pretty good draw. I mean, could you imagine how obnoxious Twitch extensions would get if, like, you could, like, I don't know, put advertisements all over them? Hi, buddy. How are you doing? All right. Are you ready to drown in the value that I'm about to produce, opponent? I feel like I'm about to drown you in the value. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and attack with this. And during their draw step, we're gonna shock this, make them discard. And then we'll have a token to block the Strangleroot Geist. And then the next turn, we can shock, make them discard again. And like, they're not true 2-for-1s, because like their card persists, but like we're making tokens while we do it too, so... Cool, you didn't need that land. It's fine. You'll be okay. I mean, modern is literally, this is the format of fringe decks battling other fringe decks. There aren't really a lot of meta decks in the format. If you look at the percentages of the decks that people play, they aren't a lot of super popular decks. I will say that if this is a deck people send money to play again, it's going to come up very, very soon because I would like to play more of this deck. That being said, even when I'm interested in playing something, things in the donation queue take priority. This is not my 75. This is a straight 75 from one of the Grand Prix. All right, am I discarding this Kolaghan's Command? That can't be right, right? It's probably just souls plus Marsh Flats. Yeah, it's just, I don't know, that's close. I feel like this just doesn't do much right now, right? I just want both halves of this Lingering Souls. I am not qualified for this Pro Tour. I really don't play in events that qualify people for Pro Tours. I guess giving my opponent the option to get this to a 3-2 is probably bad here. I was actually thinking of playing in the team RPTQ, like playing PPTQs and playing in the RPTQ, and then I found out the closest RPTQ to me was 6.5 hours away, and I was like, there's no way I'm driving 6.5 hours for a tournament that doesn't pay cash. Wait, what? They don't have 4 mana. Am I dead? Oh, they're getting Eternal Witness to get a land back. Jacob, calm down, buddy. What would I play if I went? I don't know. I'd test for it more. I've never played in a Pro Tour. It is ridiculously cost prohibitive trying to qualify for a Pro Tour. Minneapolis is actually 8 hours from me. The Nashville one is 6 hours from me. So I wonder if I'm supposed to flashback looting. I don't know. Putting a bunch of tokens into play here seems great. I have to imagine the storm matchup of this deck is great. Your clock isn't super quick, but like you have a ton of meaningful disruption. Jeff is the best. That's probably not true. There's lots of good Magic players that have probably never played a Pro Tour just because like it's so difficult to get to and costs so much money. Yep, this is the Mardu Pyromancer deck that's put up some results on Magic Online. It also top for the Team Grand Prix in California. Find the deck list on your screen as always. They have to pay 4 here. If they don't find like a Bonfire of the Damned, they're going to be pretty buried this game. If 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 instants and sorceries on my discard pile. I think Affinity is a fine deck. I think it's consistently one of the best decks in the format. So if I kill this, I make some tokens. I can play this Bedlam Reveler, draw some cards, ditch this Lingering Souls. How big of a donation would it take for you to play someone else's deck? I don't know. It depends on where the location is. It depends on where the location of said Pro Tour was. That would determine how much it would cost for me to go to attend that event. All right, and because Bonfire of the Damned is they're out here, I'm actually just... Oh, I should have Thoughtseized them. I wasn't paying attention that they actually had a card in their hand. Usually if someone wanted to dictate the cost of my deck at an event, if I think the deck is reasonable, I'd want them to pay for the cost of my event. If I think the deck is completely unreasonable, I'd want them to give me the cost of my event plus the amount of money to like usually top 32 the tournament. No, I wouldn't play in no ban list Modern. Sounds pretty atrocious. I think Modern's kind of unfair in terms of like the decks that are good in it right now as is, and like making the format more degenerate doesn't sound appealing to me. So I'm kind of excited to play this deck, right? Like, it seems like a really sweet, fair deck. Super powerful. Bedlam Reveler is just like kind of a jacked up card, and getting to Kolaghan's command it back is super strong. So we've got 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, so they're dead on board. We have a Dreadbore to clear out a blocker, so they should just be dead here. An opponent like mulligan to 4 this game, right? But their deck's like also pretty inconsistent, so like mulliganings are a feature of their deck. Is your kid still breathing? He's not making any noise. Can always spot the parent in the crowd. Is everything okay? He's being quiet. All right, Engineered Explosives is pretty decent here. They have a lot of 1-drops. Thoughtseize is okay. I don't actually think Collective Brutality is very good. I guess their deck's a touch more aggressive than some of these green devotions tend to be. So maybe that makes Collective Brutality better. I probably don't need that. I probably have enough spot removal without that. Casting Lingering Souls with Pyromancer, yeah, it's really strong. Like, really strong. If you're talking about the Miracles-based control list, you can find some videos of me playing it on my YouTube channel, along with feedback on the deck in general. Okay, so here's the question. If they go turn 1 Mana Dork, do I Fatal Push it? Probably. Probably supposed to just push it off a cliff. I guess I could Fork Bolt it. The Fork Bolt will probably be useful later. I think I'm just going to Fatal Push this. Hope they kept a Greeter. Also, holding the Forked Bolt means next turn I can go Forked Bolt plus Inquisition. Kambal seems decent. Maybe. I don't know that Kambal's very good. Also, like, opponent's deck is also a Blood Moon deck, so I wouldn't put it past them to, like, bring in Blood Moon against us post-board, because that's just what people who play Blood Moon do. They bring in Blood Moon against everyone. Having streamed on Twitch a considerable amount, the people that bring in Blood Moon is all of them. That's a Rourke Thar. Okay, yep. That's a Rourke Thar in their hand. Rourke Thar Ghost Quarter. Okay. Blood Moon is the surgical of mono red, ain't that the truth? Okay, hopefully they get their hand onto one card and we just get to call against command the Rourke Thar away. Yep, Navy Kitchen Fangs. If you've ever spent time reading the comment sections on a YouTube channel, you'd understand why my YouTube comments are disabled. I think it's really shitty when people have videos and don't moderate the comments on them, and I don't want to spend the time it would take to moderate my YouTube channel comments. There's just so many crappy people out there, and I don't feel like policing them and being their parent. You discard, kill your figs. We drew the land for the Lingering Souls like a professional. Good cards, good cards. This deck is obnoxiously good. I'm not sure which is more obnoxious, how good this deck is or Jacob sitting here behind me. Jacob's a big fan of animal noises. He's a big fan of animal noises. This is going to be our last match of the evening. Thank you very much for everyone hanging out. I really do appreciate it. Through the end of the stream, we had a little over 700 people watching this evening. Remember, if you missed any of tonight's stream, we've been streaming for about 5 hours, and I streamed for 2 hours this morning. All the videos get uploaded to my YouTube channel. I'm going to hit publish on a couple of them as soon as this match finishes, and then this one's going to get uploaded from the start. We've been playing this deck for almost 2 hours. YouTube.com/Jeff Hoagland, because I don't steal other people's music while I stream. All the stuff is there. Nope, this is just a normal Pyromancer deck. Alright, so this hits on the 4. Now again, the question is, do I want to flashback this Lingering Souls? What does it do in terms of the clock that I'm putting my opponent on? So, playing this Lingering Souls out gives me 5/7 power in play. So if I flash it back, it gives me 10 power in play, and I 2-turn clock him through a blocker. So I think this is worthwhile. We could get we could get bonfired out, but I think I like just trying to kill them. We get Anger of the Gods here. What do we got? Something for 4, 5, 6. Primeval Titan, sure. So again, because we flashed it back, we have them dead through this blocker in 2 turns, right? We get to crack them for everything. They block the Pyromancer, they go to 8. And then Reverb about Blue Miracles of Modern, just super clunky. Watch the second video we played with it, you'll get a better feel for it. It's not stellar. It's probably not much worse than like regular blue-white control, but I'm not a big fan of that deck either, personally. I mean, like, Terminus is still a good Magic card. Just gonna smash them. Alright, I'm not dead. They only have 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I can only like +5 this. Alright, smush. That deck was actually worse than the Miracles deck. That deck was worse than the Miracles deck. I actually, MG, that's actually a really interesting question. I actually really like Liliana the Veil, and I think that's a card I should probably test in this deck. I feel like there are a lot of 3-drops in this deck, so that could be a reason not to play her to start. But I think Liliana the Veil seems like a very reasonable card for this deck. I feel like a very reasonable card for this deck. So, we 4-1 the league. We lost a close match to Jeskai at the start. As always, with donation decks, gonna give some feedback on it. So, this is pretty much the stock Pyromancer list, right? This is based off of the deck that's been running around. I got a bunch of 5-0s on Magic Online. It top 4. This 75 specifically top 4 to Grand Prix. Things that I would change are actually largely the conclusions that the people I test Magic with came to. I think I'd like a 3rd swamp in here. Either a 3rd swamp or honestly, a Godless Shrine might be good in this deck. Thank you, Jacob. Ooh, your mother's gonna be upset. You stole her cards. We have unstable unicorn cards here. This game's actually a lot of fun if you haven't played it. What was I gonna say? So, the Forked Bolt is cute. I think we didn't play against any decks where it's great. But I think more Terminates is probably a good idea in this deck. Like, I'd probably play the full suite of Terminates over, like, these. We put in a Swamp and a Godless Shrine. That's a lot of non-red sources. That sounds like a lot of non-red sources. I don't know, maybe it gets you up enough black sources that I could play Liliana's in here. I also don't know what I'd cut for Liliana, though, because, like, again, a lot of the cards kind of tight on slots. But this deck is really sweet. It felt super powerful. This was the most powerful fair deck I've played recently. It's definitely more smooth than the green-black decks. And honestly, what it comes down to is that the card selection in Modern is fucking terrible. And, like, this card, when you have so many cards that you want to be able to get rid of, is so very, very good. Like, between Lingering Souls that you can throw away and, like, clunky discard in the late game, or removal against decks where removal isn't good. Faithless Looting is obnoxious in this deck and makes it super powerful. Bedlam Reveler, another just like really powerful untapped card in Modern, and this deck leverages it and abuses it really, really well. At any rate, that's going to be it for me for tonight, folks. I do appreciate everyone watching. We're going for about 5 hours. I'll be back tomorrow morning about 8:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. Stream a couple hours in the morning, and then I'll be back with another longer evening session about 2 p.m. Central Standard Time tomorrow afternoon. And as always, if you didn't catch everything, you check it on the YouTube channel, youtube.com/Jeff Hoagland. Peace, folks.